What's up, YouTube? We are getting into Nehemiah chapter 11. If you haven't already, go back and watch chapters 1 through 10 because this is not going to make any sense to you, okay? And I am reading from the CSB version. So just a little recap of, let me adjust this camera so I look more natural. Just a recap of the end of chapter 10 is basically how they were making the sealing of the covenant, and they were putting in it the statutes and the laws and the rules of which they wanted to abide by. So now we're going to go ahead and get into chapter 11 and see what happens next. 11 verse 1 says, "Now the leaders of the people stayed in Jerusalem, and the rest of the people cast lots for 1 out of 10 to come and live in Jerusalem, the holy city, where the other 9/10 remained in their towns. The people blessed all the men who volunteered to live in Jerusalem. These are the heads of the province who stayed in Jerusalem. But in the villages of Judah, each lived on his own property in their own towns, the Israelites, priests, Levites, temple servants, and descendants of Solomon's servants, while some of the descendants of Judah and Benjamin settled in Jerusalem, Judah's descendants." So, we're about to go through some names, so you guys please bear with me. I have not seen some of these names in my life, okay? So I don't know if all of my pronunciations are correct, but I'm about to go through them. All right, so we're continuing verse 4. "Athaiah, son of Uzziah, son of Zechariah, son of Amariah, son of Shephatiah, son of Mahalalel, of Perez's descendants, and Maaseiah, son of Baruch, son of Kolhose, son of Haziah, son of Adiah, son of Joiarib, son of Zechariah, a descendant of the Shilonite. The total number of Perez's descendants who settled in Jerusalem was 468 capable men. These were Benjamin's descendants: Salu, son of Meshullam, son of Joed, son of Pedaiah, son of Kaliah, son of Maaseiah, son of Ithiel, son of Jeshiah, and after him Gabai and Salai, 928. Joel, son of Zikri, was the officer over them. And Judah, son of Hasenuah, was second in the command over the city." Verse 10, "The priest: Jediah, son of Jorib, Jachin, and Sariah, son of Hilkiah, son of Meshullam, son of Zadok, son of Merioth, son of Ahitub, the chief official of God's temple, and their relatives who did the work at the temple, 822. Adiah, son of Jeroham, son of Pelaliah, son of Amzi, son of Zechariah, son of Pashur, son of Malchijah, and his relatives, the heads of the families, 242. Amashsai, son of Azarel, son of Azhai, son of Meshillamoth, son of Immer, and their relatives, capable men, 128. Zabdiel, son of Haggedolim, was their chief." So far, this seems like the repopulation of Jerusalem. And what we've read so far is about the people who were settling into the town of Jerusalem. So I'm showing Judah's descendants. And then we also read about Benjamin's descendants. And then we just read about the priests. The next thing we're going to read about is the Levites. Verse 15, the Levites: "Shemaiah, son of Hashub, son of Azrikam, son of Hashabiah, son of Bunni, and Shabbathai and Jozabad from the heads of the Levites who supervised the work outside the house of God. Mattaniah, son of Micah, son of Zabdi, son of Asaph, the one who began the thanksgiving and prayer. Bakbukiah, second among his relatives, and Abda, son of Shamuah, son of Galal, son of Jeduthun, all the Levites in the holy city, 284. The gatekeepers: Akub, Talmon, and their relatives who guarded the city gates, 172. The rest of Israel, the priests and the Levites, were in all the villages of Judah, each on his own inherited property. The temple servants lived on Ophel. Zihah and Gishpa supervised the temple servants. The leader of the Levites in Jerusalem was Uzzi, son of Bani, son of Hashabiah, son of Mattaniah, son of Micah, and the descendants of Asaph, who were singers for the service of God's house. There was, in fact, a command of the king regarding them, and an ordinance regulating the singers' daily tasks. Pethahiah, son of Meshezabel, of the descendants of Zerah, son of Judah, was the king's agent in every matter concerning the people. Verse 25. As for the farming settlements with their fields, some of Judah's descendants live in Kiriath Arba and Dibon and their surrounding villages, and Jekabzeel and its settlements. In Jeshua, Moleda, Beth Pelet, Hazar Shual, and Beersheba and its surrounding villages. In Ziklag and Makona and its surrounding villages. In En-Rimmon, Zorah, Jarmuth, and Zanua and Adullam with their settlements. In Lachish with its fields, and Azekah and its surrounding villages. So they settled from Beersheba to Hinnom Valley. Benjamin's descendants from Geba, Michmash, Aja, and Bethel and its surrounding villages. Anathoth, Nob, Ananiah, Hazor, Ramah, Gittaim, Hadid, Zeboim, Nebalet, Lod, and Ono in Craftsman's Valley. Some of the Judean divisions of Levites were in Benjamin. All right, y'all, I'm going to be honest. We're going to go into the backdrop. We're going to read the backdrop of that chapter so that I can make sure I understand everything that I just read. But honestly, it wasn't that difficult to understand. It seems like there were people who are settling in Jerusalem, people who were settling in towns outside of Jerusalem, like a Benjamin in Judah. So if I'm going to make sure I got that right, because we're going to read about it. Yep. All right, my favorite part. Let's get into the backdrop. All right, so it says the people realized that Jerusalem needed to be repopulated. Yet with the city still needing extensive repair and vulnerable to attack, living inside the city would not have been a very attractive assignment. Okay. The people believed that God would work through the casting of lots and exercise of chance to designate who should live in the city. Nehemiah required that there be representatives from each of the leading religious families from Judah, Benjamin's descendants, as well as the priests and the Levites. These were the same tribes who had populated the city during David's time. This list is similar but not identical to the list in 1 Chronicles 9 verse 2 through 21, which is way more detailed. Scholars are not sure why these two lists are different, but the census may simply have been taken at different times and with more people having moved into the city when the census in 1 Chronicles was recorded. And honestly, guys, that is all of the backdrop it looks like we're gonna get. So if we put 2 and 2 together, verse 11 is about the repopulation of Jerusalem, and they basically talk about the people and the leaders who stayed in Jerusalem. The main people that I am seeing that stayed in Jerusalem are Judah's descendants, Benjamin's descendants, some priests, the Levites, the gatekeepers, and of course the leaders of the Levites in Jerusalem. And then there were some of Judah's descendants that lived in other surrounding areas. That's what I'm seeing. So let's keep going to find out some more.